where should Marcus Rashford actually go this summer? It's such a tough one because we saw how good he was on that loan spell at Villa. You know, he's still got a point to prove, 27, wants to get back into that England squad. And we all know that his time at Man United is clearly over. He's on a 325k a week, big wages. So where does he go? He's obviously come out and said that he'd like to play with Lamine Yamal. And let's be honest, what footballer wouldn't like to do that? But I don't think Barcelona is the right move for him because I'm so happy that Williams deal fell through because all they do is hoard players. If he goes to Barcelona, I know he's very versatile across the front. You know, he could play as striker, play as the 10, play on the wing. I do not think personally that is the best move for him. Maybe a Bayern Munich, possibly. You know they've been chasing Luis Diaz, and then you've got Inter as well. I think a move abroad is better for him personally, but at the same time, maybe a move to someone like Newcastle. Obviously, if they can't get Alanga over the line, he needs to move this summer if he wants to push getting into that World Cup squad. Because Tuchel called him up in his first 2 games, he used him. He shows that he clearly sees him as a player potentially in his plans. And you know, it's so competitive in those. We got so much strength up top. But covered about 75% of his wages when he went on loan there last year. But it's such an interesting one because English players as a whole, specifically attacking ones, there seems to be a trend that's happened where they are paid on these big contracts with big wages and they're not working out at teams. You know, Sancho, 300k a week, Grealish, 300k a week. It's not the players' fault. I will never direct that at the players at all. But these players specifically, if they, you know, they'll have options, but they need to weigh up potentially having a pay cut. I know they might live within their means on what they're earning. You know, again, you can't blame them for that. But they're such a contentious one because all these players will be thinking they could push, you know, that World Cup squad next year. Rashford has to move, but whether he takes a pay cut or not to make that happen, who knows? I mean, where would you like to see Rashford next season?